If you want to see me create a smoky eye with the Lancôme 2019 Holiday Set, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, we are going to play with this bad boy again today. I enjoyed the look that I came up with the previous video where I used the palette, and I'll put the link to that video right here with the thumbnail. I enjoyed the burgundy peachy look that I ended up with. It was just fine. It was quite pretty actually. I enjoyed wearing it all day long. And I did mention in the swatches video, if you want to see swatches of this entire palette and the lipsticks, I will put that video right here as well. I mentioned in the swatches video that I really wanted to do a smoky look with this palette because I really think that these colors and this one on the inner corner would be really, really nice for a smoky eye, especially since I noted that the Lancome matte shadows are very smooth. They're very fine, and I think that it would be great as a gradient on the eye. So I've got my base on. If you want to see anything that is on my face as far as all the products, it will be in the description box below. But with that, I also want to just tell you in this video what's on my eyelid because it could change your view of these colors. So I did put the Urban Decay Primer Potion on, and then I used the Hoola Light bronzer from Benefit to set because it's quite a light color for me. And I tried to make sure that, and I think it is, I tried to make sure it was a relatively neutral look. And then I have the Urban Decay, I put 0 on the upper waterline and it wasn't really staying, so I ended up putting Perversion as a second coat. And you'll see a little bit of black eyeliner down here, but I'll clean that up later. I'm pretty much ready to go. Oh, and I did put on some bronzer. It's the Soleil bronzer from Too Faced, just to give myself a little bit of color. And of course, as you can see with my Groucho Marx eyebrows, I did do my eyebrows as well. So I'm looking forward to getting color on my eyes because otherwise all you see are brows going up and down because of course I'm an expressive speaker. What can I say? All right, so we're going to go in here. And I don't think I'm going to use this medium brown, which I used last time. I think I'm going to go in here to put on a base color of the same formula. And then once I have that one on, I will go into the espresso color to get myself that smoky look. And then we will finish with this beautiful taupey silver. The first thing that I'm going to do is use my Studio Pro 5 from BH Cosmetics. It's a $4 brush and I love it. And as I mentioned, we're going to go right in here. And I'm doing a very simple look today, so I'm just going to go back and forth between the two eyes and see what happens. So we're going to go right in, see if we can hide those pesky veins. A little bit anyway. Going in for the second eye. Okay, just a nice base of, like I said, the same type of eyeshadow. And it is, I mentioned last video for first impressions that it's pretty powdery, so you can see some there. I don't think it's a big deal, I'm just letting you know. All right, so I think I'm going to go straight in to the espresso color and start really lightly, but I'm not going to use as big of a brush. I'm going to use a Sephora kit brush, it's also a crease brush, and going into that espresso color that I mentioned before. And I do like to go in with a crease brush before I go in and pack the color on. So we're going to go from the outer to mid lid with this color and see what happens. See, The true test of a matte, how does it blend? So I'm concentrating mostly on the outer lid to crease, outer crease, but bringing a little bit of color toward the inner lid. And it looks like it builds nicely. I don't see any skipping. That's awesome. That's a really flattering color. I think I'm going to go a little bit further in too. It really creates a very nice gradient. It's nothing that's too in your face. That's really nice. I really think that's quite pretty. Okay, I'm going to replicate that on the other eye. We might go a little bit deeper of a color, but for now, I think it's a good start. Ooh, went a little high there. Went a little high. Just going to try to buff that out a little bit. Blend it out a little bit. Okay, whew. Just going to go a little bit deeper on each side. And I'm just going to blend out at the top on each side a little bit. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is take an angled brush and just bring the brown down on each side, the espresso type color, and then we'll do a bit of a cleanup on the edges here. Okay, here's my angled brush, and we're going to go into that espresso color. Just a tiny bit on the brush. I don't even know if you could see that. I went a little bit quickly, didn't I? Just enough to kind of bring it all together for the lower lash line. It's not as deep as I'm going to go, but I'm just laying the foundation, so to speak. These mattes apply really well. You can go in super light and build. Okay, this is a nice light version of what I'm thinking of, but I'm going to go deeper. So I'm going to take a more kind of packing brush, and I think I'm going to try that brush that came with the Lancôme kit, that holiday set. Obviously, I'm doing holiday set, so you know what set I'm talking about, hopefully. And I'm going to see if I can pack the matte on the outer lid. This brush did not work well for the shimmer, the burgundy shimmer I tried to use it with, but it should work for a matte. So let's try it out. Okay, okay. Right? Good, 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 good. And because we're packing using the same color as what's underneath, it makes blending super, super easy. So it's less intimidating to do a smoky eye when you can use a matte and just the color gradient of the same shadow is what makes it look all come, it makes the look all come together. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm even going to put a little bit more right on the outer corner. And we'll blend that out in just a bit. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully I'm not, okay. I was thinking, am I hiding my face with the mirror? I have done that a few times. It's so aggravating. You should hear me as I'm editing going, oh, what are you doing? A little bit more. Okay, are they looking the same? It's a little bit more brown on that side. Okay. All right, it is kind of a back and forth motion. I'm going to go back into my small crease brush and just blend out a little bit so that it looks more of a gradient than it is right now. And other side, I'm just going to wipe it off a little bit. Good, and I'm just use this same brush to just kind of blend out on the inner lid, center to inner lid where I was seeing a little bit of skipping. But I'm really liking how this is looking. I think I want to... Last time I used this kind of peachy shimmer on the brow bone and it ended up being a little bit too shimmery. So I want to do something a bit different. I'm going to try to blend this cream shadow with the one that I want to use on the inner corner, not inner corner, inner to center lid. And I think that it's going to temper the shimmer a little bit and make it more workable. So we'll try. I'm going to go into this little contouring brush and, like I said, dip into both of these and see if I can make it work. Let's see. And I'm going to go back into this brush and just make sure it doesn't go too far down. Okay, and I will do the same on the other side. And there's already a little shadow left from the first application on the brush, so I don't want to add too much more. It is very shimmery. Whoa. Wow. So I went back into the beige matte and just trying to buff a little bit of that shimmer away. I think I'll do the same on the other side. just so that there's a hint of it, but it's not, you know, in your face brows. Well, I say that having in your face brows, but you know what I'm talking about. What I'm noticing is that I would like to have that deeper espresso brown go down as well, but I'm going to be very specific about its placement. And I was going to use this angle brush, but no, I'm going to be more specific. I'm going to grab a very tiny smudger brush from Smashbox. When I say tiny, I mean tiny. It's very, very small. And we're going to go back into that espresso color. I'm going to work right on, just on the outside of the lower lash line. Right? It does something, right? And I'm going to use the fact that I've got this precision brush to just make sure that the espresso color is all the way down to my lash line. If I've missed any little spots. And we'll do the other side now. Trying not to get it in my eye. Okay, I like it. Now, a while ago I talked about cleaning up a little bit on the edges. I will do that right now. And what I like to use for this purpose is a brush that is absolutely not for that purpose. This brush, again, is a concealer brush. What is it? A blurring concealer brush. I don't care. It works great for this cleanup. So just making sure that on each side, the eyeshadow is behaving exactly how I want. Just a tiny cleanup, nothing big. It is definitely deep and smoky, but now we are going to brighten it up by using that shimmer on the inner lid. And for that purpose, I'm going to use two things. I'm going to use my pinkies, and I'm also going to use this very interesting pyramidal brush from Smashbox. It is called the multitasking detail brush. But we're going to go in with the pinky first and go right up into the inner lid and probably just short of center lid. And I don't have to get quite all the way into the inner lid because that brush is going to help me do that. I think about 1/3 of the lid is enough because I really want to keep that smoky aspect. So I'm going to go in with the other pinky. I think I have the Friday vibes because it's Friday night or Friday late afternoon that I'm doing this. So I think I'm ready to party. Maybe that's what inspired the look. I'm liking this. Oh, I have a little bit of transfer down here. Nothing is better than a Q-tip to take care of that stuff. Good, okay. And I have a little something here. Okay. Tiny bit of fallout, so I'm going to just brush that away. I am not having anywhere near as much fallout as I did in my first impressions video, so it's really the shimmer is giving me more trouble than anything, I think. That especially that purple, this purple was giving me a lot of trouble. Okay, now I'm going to go in with that detail brush as I mentioned and just really get into the inner lid, and hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So just grabbing a little bit on the brush. Going to stop right there. I see that I've got some inconsistency in coloring, so I'm going to fix that right now. Okay, I didn't want to put the shimmer on and then go too close with another brush and then have shimmer all over the place, because that's kind of defeats the purpose of a smoky eye. Okay, I think that's looking good. Let's do it on the other side. I've done a lot of inner lid shimmers recently, and I really need to maybe do a halo eye next, because you're gonna get bored of the same look for sure. You know what? I have the same, it's partly how my nose is, that I have that kind of inconsistent looking inner brow, I guess. Trying to make it even. All right. And let's see, do they match? Matchy matchy. I'm just going to go a little bit more blingy on the very inner lid. Okay, I don't mind that look whatsoever. I think it looks good. So we want to do some blush, and in this palette, I don't think that kind of a hot pink would look good, so I'm going to go back into the same blush that I used last time, and I will be using that hot pink at some point. Just today, I want a neutral look because I'm going to go with a bold lip. We're going to go in with that blush brush from Lancome. Just not that much on, and let's do the blush thing. Okay, other side. I'm going lightly. I already have bronzer on my cheekbones, so I don't want to go too wild with the color. And I also think that when you're doing a smoky eye, less is more when it comes to blush, because you want the smoky eye to be your focus. I even, I would actually say most of the time when I do a smoky eye, I don't do blush. I just, a deep smoky eye, because there's no point. I think that what you want to draw attention to is the eyes and the lips, the contrast between the neutral eye and the lip, if you have a neutral smoky. And if you put a colorful, lots of color on the cheeks, it's just distracting, and it takes away from the lovely effect of a smoky eye. And that's just my opinion. Of course, if that is your style and you love it, you do you. I just find that I'm trying to get that other effect, and so the less I have on the cheeks, the better off I can, the better I can pull it off. So if it were not for me wanting to test out these blushes, I probably would not have put blush on today. Now, we are going to do the royal we. I'm going to finish up my liner, and I'm going to put on the Hypnose mascara. I will spare you those two steps, because if you watch my first impressions, I do all of that. And I will come back to apply the lip. Okay, I am back, and all I did was apply, where did I put it? Apply the Hypnose mascara that came with the Lancôme 2019 Holiday Set. And I put more of that espresso with a very tiny brush, same thing as I did in the other video, on the lower lashes and on just along, and then also on the upper lash line. On the lower lash line, I was just finishing up what I was able to do with the smudger brush. Easy peasy. That's really all that I did while I was off camera. And you may have noticed I had before a clear gloss. It was just a clear gloss from Wet n Wild, and I just took that off right now. And we are going to go into this lipstick called Racy. That is what we're going to use to complement this look. Now, I have to say My preference would be to go for the fourth lipstick that I swatched in the Swatches video, which is called the Drama Matte L'Absolu Rouge in 505. This is the one that I think goes the best with this look, but that was not part of the holiday kit. Another one that would go very well with that smoky eye would be this one. If you want to do a neutral look that makes a smoky eye still work appropriate. But I'm going to go in with Racy because it's out of my comfort zone and I know it's going to look fine with this eye. And so yeah, that's what we're going to do. The one difference with application for this one compared to the last one that I used, which was Wine Party in the first video, is that I'm going to use a lip brush because I am not that precise, apparently, with a bullet lipstick. I'm looking for a mirror. I'm going to use my dual finish mirror here to help me out with this task. And yeah, I'm going to line my lips first with the brush and then fill in afterwards. It's a bit of a lengthy process, but the result will be better, so might as well. And I could use a different, like a liner, a pencil liner, but to me, I should just be using the one product from the gift set. So let's try. That's why I like it when it's bullet lipsticks, for it to be nude colors, because then you can just use the bullet lipstick and not worry about it. But when you have bright colors, whew. They're a lot trickier. Especially when they're colorful. Any little mistake you make, you see it so easily. And I try to avoid the corners of my mouth because that's where the lipstick tends to pool on me. Okay, we're cooking with gas. I get to use the actual bullet. Okay, let's see how it goes. So there you go. What do you think? Oh, and I did not do the test or the little trick. If you've never heard this before, I'm being very careful with how I speak right now because I don't want lipstick on my teeth. You take your index finger, or whichever finger you want, and you put it right in your mouth and pull out, and any lipstick that would end up on your teeth ends up on your finger. It's fantastic. I heard that tip from Tati, and it's fantastic. All right, here it goes. Right? Doesn't affect the lipstick, and look at this. This is the lipstick that could have ended up on my teeth. So now I don't have to worry about it. I can just speak as I would normally, and yeah, no lipstick. Fantastic. Good. How many times can I say fantastic? I actually really like this look. I think it looks really neat. I do still contend that the bright red would look better, but I don't think it's a bad look. I stand by it. And I wonder, because I've said it, I wonder if I should put the red one on for you just so that you see the difference. Why not? Why not? Let's try it. Okay, here is the revised look using the red L'Absolu Rouge. I really like this one. I think that for Racy to have worked better, I think that my inner lid needed to be a different color. If I had gone with this color, I think it would have looked better. This color or this color, I think Racy would have looked better. It's just too icy of a color that somehow I didn't find that it worked all that well, but of course it's all a matter of preference. I find this red one that is more of an orangey red worked better with the icy taupe. That could just be, again, my preference. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you prefer the kind of hot fuchsia, or do you prefer the orangey red? Let me know. I would be curious, because it's always nice to know what everybody thinks of a given look. But that will do it. That completes the second look with this Lancôme Holiday 2019 set palette. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed creating this second look for you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it every single time, and I do look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.